And we're live. Just wiggle this a little bit. Good. I'll wait for you guys to join me. Hello, good morning. We'll get started in just a few minutes. If you would like to sign in and let me know who you two are, fabulous. If not, that's fine too. Be a mystery. Doesn't bother me at all. Hi, Jordan. Good morning. Sorry for the back and forth with the sites that I'm going on. Went back to Facebook or started on Facebook, said copyright issues here. So I'm hoping now that there's not a drop of music, should be fine. These videos should not be interrupted. And like, this is easier for a lot of people because not everyone uses Facebook. So yes. Let's see here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. Just sharing a couple little things. Go here, go there, go everywhere. Good. All right. All right, I'll give it another minute or two and then we shall get started. So I'll start with my normal little spiels. Number one is liability. I do have insurance, but I would much rather not use it. So by practicing with me in this class or any classes you find on here, Facebook, Instagram even, you are holding yourself accountable for what occurs in this class because yoga is a physical practice. You can get injured. So I ask that you really listen to your body. If things don't feel good, even with the adjustments I provide, just step out of the pose, take a moment, reevaluate, and then decide when you're ready to join back in or just completely skip over that part, chill in child's pose for a minute, and come back in when you feel comfortable. Be safe, please. Number two, these classes are donation-based. If you so choose to donate, I am very appreciative of it. However, it is not mandatory. There are two ways you can donate, either through PayPal, which is Lexiecoreyoga@gmail.com. It's my profile name here, or through Cash App, which is the money symbol sign, Lexiecoreyoga. That's Lexiecoreyoga. Cool. Question about today's class, because we are starting a little earlier than the 10 o'clock. I was thinking, and I need your feedback in order to know where to go from here, making it 75 minutes long and offering a really nice guided meditation at the end. So let me know if you want it to be a little bit longer. If not, we'll stick to the hour. It'll be done at 10:30, or I'll still just go to the 75 minutes. Usually I'll I'll probably get you into Savasana around that time anyway, and then it's up to you if you still want to hang out or go. But if you'd like to let me know, that would be great. Yeah, please and thank you. And we will get started in like 1 more minute. I don't have a particular playlist or music set in mind today. Yeah, you can just put on whatever you want. I really completely forgot about it. Though I do have a playlist on Spotify, Flow, and that's by my username, Lexiecoreyoga. Might be pretty chill with this. I don't actually know though, because I didn't practice with this particular music. I just kind of threw this class together. All right, Jordan, you're down for either. So I'm going to push this to about 75 minutes. So we're looking at 10:45, 10:50 when the class will end with a super chill little meditation at the end. I feel like it'll be nice. It also gives us a little bit more time in the beginning to slow down and really connect with our breath. So I believe the 3 of us are ready to go. If anyone else joins, I mean, you're going to join live, so it doesn't matter what I say now. Cool. Let's get a sip of water, your coffee, whatever you got going on, and then we'll meet on the mat. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I do have blocks. I don't actually think they're necessarily needed today, but you know your body, we are going into extended side angle at a point, which the modified versions will be up here, but you can also lower your hand down to a block. There might be a bind at some point. So having a block, if you have one, or a pillow or something that might bring the ground closer to you might be useful. Or again, I'll show you our modifications for when we get there. But for now, we're going to begin in child's pose. And there's 2 variations you can take with this child's pose. Either your knees are wide, like the width of the mat with your big toes touching behind you when you walk yourself on down, or your knees are closed together. And I ask that if you've practiced with me before or you have a practice in general, I'm sure there's one variant that you prefer over the other. I'm going to ask you to do the opposite today. So I usually start with my hips open. I'm going to close them today because you should try new things and see how your body feels. So do the opposite of what you normally do in child's pose. And if you're a crazy person that just switches it around all the time, I don't know, flip a coin. But once your legs are in the position you are taking for child's pose, we'll inhale, just lift the chest with the crown of the head. Exhale, begin to walk the fingers down in front of you, lowering your chest to your knees or the space in between your legs. Pressing the palms into the mat and starting with the arms lifted up off the mat. Have a little engagement here. You aim to have your glutes on your heels, so if you find you're hovering a little bit, since we're active to begin, press into your palms and send your glutes back. And I would like you to just breathe normally here and be aware of your breath. Just see how it feels going in and out. There's no need to elongate the breath just yet. Just see how you feel like you would any other place besides your mat. Good. Take 2 more regular breaths here, still active, arms lifted up off the mat. Good. 1 more normal inhale. And now exhale, you can begin to relax, allowing your arms to melt down towards the mat, allowing your forehead to drop, allowing the full weight of your body to feel supported by the ground. Still continuing with your regular breaths, I want you to begin to count your breaths and notice the differences between your inhales and exhales. Just take awareness of this. We're not changing it up just yet, but just notice. Maybe your inhales are really shallow. Your exhales are super long. Maybe you can inhale for days and you exhale in one quick. Perfect. And once you're aware of the differences in your breath, I want you to start to work now to make both inhales and exhales even. See if there's a number that is in the middle of both of them and start there. So maybe a count of 3 or 4 as you inhale. And then exhale that 3 or 4 count back out. Inhaling through the nose as you count. And exhaling back out through the nose as you count. Keeping your number and your count to yourself. Do this 4 more times. And only count as high as you feel comfortable. If you're straining to get that inhale or that exhale, go 1 number less. Good. You should have 2 more full, equal breaths. Last one. Sigh on that exhale. Now with this breath that we've been working for and your number, you want to try and keep this breath as we're holding poses today. So when I say you're holding for 4 breaths, it's 4 rounds of that number cycle. If you notice I'm going faster, a little bit slower, don't feel the need to adjust to what I'm doing. Stick with what you're doing. You'll have an idea of where we're going if you're going ahead, or you can just wait a moment, take an extra breath if need be. But don't worry about being perfectly synced up with me. You know your body, you know your mind, you know your breath. Do what feels good for you today. I'm just here to guide you. So in this child's pose now, if your legs are open, I want you to bring them together because we're going to start with some lateral stretching here. So as you inhale, let's walk your hands over towards the right side of the mat. Exhale, settle in, allow the forehead to reach towards the mat. If you want to feel the stretch really good in your left side body, take that left wrist over the right. Take 3 of your breaths here. Good. 1 more. Nice. As you inhale, let's bring the hands to center briefly, and then exhale your hands over to the left side. Staying up and lifted here. Inhale to prepare. And now exhale, we settle in. Forehead comes to the mat in this lateral child's pose. Right hand can come over the left wrist if it feels good. 3 slow, deep breaths here. Potentially the last one. Good. And inhale, we walk our hands to center. Exhale, settle in, child's pose 1 more time. Beautiful. As you inhale here, begin to press the weight into your palms. You lift your hips, coming to tabletop pose. So wiggling the knees out to be open a little bit more than hip distance. Knees and hips are in one nice line. Elbows, shoulders, wrist. I point to my shoulder when I said it. Said elbow are all also in one nice line. Let's keep working our spine now with cat-cow. So pressing your palms firmly into the mat. We're going to inhale, allow the chest to fall, crown of the head to lift. Exhale, press into the mat, round the shoulders, tuck the chin. moving with your count of breath. Nice and slow. Go ahead and flow between both of these poses. Good. Do 2 more of each. Nice. And after you finish that last exhale, we return to a neutral tabletop. We're going to start with threading the needle this morning to now get into our shoulders. So pressing firmly into the left hand, we're going to inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, right shoulder to the mat. From here, you can extend your left arm in front of you towards the top of the mat. You can lift it up into the sky, stacking the shoulder. You can also bring it around towards your right hip crease. If you want to be funky and start working your legs, you can tuck your right toes and extend that left leg towards the left side, planting the foot down, knife edge. Of course, you don't have to be this extreme. You can also just stay with the typical thread the needle. We have 3 more deep breaths here. Perfect. After that last exhale, if you've moved the left hand, go ahead and return it next to your face. And then inhale, press firmly into it, sweep the right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Good, and we'll switch sides now. So press into the right hand. Inhale, sweep the left up. Exhale, thread it underneath the right, left shoulder to the mat now. And mimic with your right side now what you did with your left. Holding here. And reconnecting with your breath. Take 3 more deep breaths. Last one, potentially. Perfect. If you've moved that right hand, place it back beside your face. And on that next inhale, press into it as you sweep the left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, send it down. Good. Wiggling yourself back to your tabletop position. We're going to start, well, we've been started. We're going to move on to a little bit of core work here. So you're going to press your palms firmly into the mat. Press the left knee into the mat. Inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Holding here. You want to make sure your core is engaged so you're not in like a cat-cow back. You want a nice straight spine. So that might mean that your leg doesn't go quite as high, and that's okay. While you're holding here, maybe you point and flex your foot and see how that feels. Good. Let's return to a flex foot now here. And we're going to lift up our opposite arm to find our balance. So pressing with the right arm, with the left knee. Inhale, send the left arm out in front of you. Again, remember to adjust the core if need be. Holding here. Two more of your breaths. Last one. Good. Staying here as you inhale. And now exhale, crunch elbow towards knee. Using your inhale, extend yourself back out. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Last time, inhale, extend. Last time, crunching. Beautiful. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, just lower the left hand down to the mat. Let's work our right hip a little bit now. So with it extended out in front of, out behind us, let's bend the knee and bring the right knee parallel to the floor. So you're almost like a dog using the bathroom. And now from here, just take some circles with your knee in one direction. And now the other. Good. Bring that knee back parallel to the ground. And then extend it all the way back. Inhale here. And exhale, bring yourself to table. Let's work the other side. So now with the left leg, press it with both hands in the right knee. As you inhale, extend the left leg behind you. Holding here. And point and flex your foot. And even while you're here, maybe rock forward and back a little bit. Get into the wrist. I'm having an issue rocking and pointing my foot, so I'm just going to stick to one. Good. And then return to a neutral, no more rocking, no more pointing. We'll lift up our opposite hand, which is the right hand. So as you inhale, press into the left arm, right knee, send that right arm in front of you. Keep that core engaged. One more breath here. Stay for that inhale. And now exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Again, inhale. Exhale, crunch. Now it's last time. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, just lower the right arm down. Inhale, bend into the left knee, bring it parallel to the floor. And now take your circles. Go the other way. Good. Inhale, let's extend back. Exhale, table. Beautiful. Taking your fingers and your palms, not just your fingers, 6 inches further in front of you. We're going to get ready for downward facing dog. So playing your hands, tucking your toes, press into your palms, lift the knees, and then send your hips all the way back. And our hamstrings might be a little tight this morning, so go ahead, pedal out, take movement here. Sway the hips side to side. Maybe roll forward to a high plank, and then take it back. Just spend 3 of your breaths taking whatever movement you need in your downward facing dog. You have 1 more breath. Good. All together now, we're going to inhale, rise up on the tippy toes. And then exhale, send the heels down towards the mat. Check in with your alignment now. Make sure your index fingers are pointed towards the top of the mat. The inner eyes of your elbows are rotated up towards the ceiling. Your arms are framing your head. Core is slightly engaged as you look in between your thighs. The heels are trying to get down to the mat, but they don't have to. And if your hamstrings are very tight, you don't even need to keep your legs straight. You can take a slight bend in the knees. Good. Take 3 full deep breaths here at your own pace. Last one. Good. As you inhale here, if your knees are bent, go ahead and straighten them. If they're already straight, stay here for the inhale. Exhale, be side out. Beautiful. On the next inhale, begin to walk yourself forward towards your hands. And exhale yourself into a forward fold. Bending the knees if need be. Maybe wiggling your feet out to hips distance for ragdoll. But first, let's inhale, halfway lift, all together, nice flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. And connecting back with your breath and that count you have. You can hang out and ragdoll and let gravity do its work. Or you can add a little bit of movement, maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Maybe bending both really deep and then straightening them. Swaying side to side is also a really nice option here. Take 3 breaths, either letting gravity do what it's going to do or adding your movement to your ragdoll. Last breath. Good. Go ahead, release the hands to the mat. Wiggle, walk the feet together. Big toes touching, heels can be slightly apart. And as you're ready, inhale, let's begin to rise on up, one vertebrae at a time. Saving the neck for last. And exhale once you reach here. Good. Let's add movement now. Inhale, sweep the palms up to the ceiling. Keep that core engaged. Don't overarch in the back. Exhale, pinch at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Nice flat back, tailbone one way, top of the head the other. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it back to a high plank. We're staying here as we inhale. And now exhale, lowering down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. I'll do the demonstration for knees, chest, chin. Either pose, you want to make sure you hug your elbows in towards your rib cage. And now as we inhale, we come to cobra pose or upward facing dog. I'm in cobra. Good. Using that exhale, send yourself back, downward facing dog. Perfect. Take 2 full deep breaths here. As you inhale, look up towards your palms. And exhale yourself forward, either walking again, maybe jumping or hopping. Once you get here, right away, forward fold. Keep that exhale going if you can. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Remember to keep the feet together as you inhale, rise on up. This time, sweeping the palms up as you continue your inhale. And now exhale, hinge and fold right away. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, high plank. Inhale to prepare. And now exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. I will now do chaturanga. Trying to keep that hover here. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Up dog, thighs are off the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Perfect. Next, inhale, look up in between the palms, bend the knees. Exhale yourself to a forward fold. Jump, hop, step, whichever you need. When you get here and inhale, we're in a halfway lift. And exhale, let's fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up. And now as we exhale, we sit that chair pose. With chair pose, core is engaged, tailbone is tucked, a nice flat back. Knees are bent. You should still be able to see your toes. Maybe you shift your weight into your heels and the toes come up off the mat and they wiggle a little bit. With the arms, you can have them up, framing the ears, or even heart center. Three of your breaths here. Last one like this. Good. We're staying in chair pose, but we're going to wiggle walk our feet out, opening the knees wide, about hips distance, making some room here. So we're going to take our figure 4 variation and start with our hips because we have some warrior ones and I think it's good to open up. So keeping your hands at heart center, let's come up onto our right toes. And then using your breath as you inhale, lift that right leg up, place the right ankle over the left knee. If your hands don't want to stay at heart center, you can rest the right hand on the right knee and the left hand on the left ankle. Apparently my balance isn't here today, but that's okay. And once you're here, you might find it be a little bit easier to sit further back. 2 deep breaths here. You've got this. Beautiful. As you inhale, lift that right ankle up, step it back down. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up to frame your ear. We're still in chair pose. And now exhale, hinge at the hip, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high to low plank or knees, chest, chin. All one movement on that exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, let's sweep the right leg up to the sky. And exhale, sweep it through and step it in between your palms. Bending that knee, we're going to rotate our left foot down about 45 degrees. Inhale, bend that front knee, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, stay here. If your hips feel really tight, you don't have to worry about the ankle to arch alignment. You can always open up your legs so they're almost like they're on railroad tracks, giving your hips some space, giving you some space. That's what I'm going to do today because it feels good. You want to aim to have this thigh parallel with the floor, but if your stance is back here and it's not quite there today, that is perfectly okay. Good. Take 2 more full deep breaths here. Try and keep the core engaged, a nice tall straight spine. 1 more. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat. Step that right foot back to meet the left. And go through your chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's sweep the left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step it in between your palms. Bend the knee, spin those right toes down, 45-degree angle. Next inhale, rise up, warrior one, left side. And same as before, if you need to wiggle to make some space for your hips, go right ahead. If this feels too intense, shorten your stance. Coming back to your breath count now, stay here for 3. One more. Good. Inhaling here. Exhale, float those hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And now exhale, come down. Inhale, upward facing dog or a cobra. And exhale, your downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Good. Next, inhale, prepare, bending the knees, looking forward. Now exhale yourself to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, we're not rising up, but we're sitting back, chair pose, bend the knees. Exhale, here we're holding. Let's get ready to work our hips again here. So go ahead, wiggle out your feet, open up the knees. We're going to do the left figure 4 now. Hands come to heart center. Weight is in the right leg. We come up on the left toes. Using your breath, inhale, bring that left ankle on top of the right knee. Sit back a little bit deeper. You've got this. Hands can stay at heart center or maybe rest on the left leg. Find a still spot on the floor to focus. 3 breaths. If you wiggle or come down, that is okay. You have 1 more. You can do this. Great job. Hands to heart center. Inhale, go ahead, release that left leg. Exhale, step it down, chair pose. Sweep the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's rise up all the way now. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. From here, we inhale to chair pose, just one breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift last time. Exhale, now step it back, high plank. Keep exhaling now through your low plank or knees gesture. Use that inhale to open up your collarbones. Exhale, over the toes. Beautiful. From here, inhale, send the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between your palms. We're coming to warrior one, so spin those left toes down. Bend into the knee, and then inhale, using that breath, rise all the way up. And take space, take what you need here. Two more deep breaths here. I lied, one more. Exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. As you inhale, we're keeping the arms straight up. We're going to straighten that front leg. And then exhale, spin your right toes to be parallel with the left. And wiggle those left toes to be parallel with the back edge of the mat. Inhale here, we'll stay. Exhale, hands to the hips. Wide legged, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Crown comes up. Exhale, hinge and fold, stopping halfway. So a nice flat back here. Weight is in the heels, so we can really feel it in our hamstrings. Core slightly engaged, so that way your spine is not dipping down. Good. One more inhale, halfway. And now exhale, take the fold as deep as you'd like to go. We will be returning to this, so maybe not as deep as you can go. Just push it a little bit further. Hands can be on the hips still, or maybe you bring them down to the floor for your big toes. Maybe you walk them out in front of you, take a wide-legged downward facing dog. Maybe you walk them inside and pull yourself closer to your thighs. And my last favorite variation is taking another shoulder stretch by interlacing and lifting them up. Whichever variation you'd like now, take 3 deep breaths. Last one, exhale it out. As you inhale, let's bring our hands to our midline, so pressing them onto the floor. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, begin to roll yourself all the way up. Exhale here once you get up. We're going to go warrior one now to the left side, so turning towards the back of our mat. First, let's inhale, sweep the palms up. Exhale, spin those left toes to point towards the back edge of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, spin the right toes to be a 45-degree angle. As we inhale, we'll prepare. Exhale, we're going to twist open towards that left leg, bending into the knee. Again, you can open up your hips. Don't worry about that heel to arch alignment. Take the space that you need. Find a nice tall spine. Good. Take 3 more slow, deep breaths here. Nice job. One more. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale here. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Keep exhaling through your chaturanga. So in this case, your exhales are probably going to be a little bit longer than the inhales there to get all the movement in. But then you'll return to your normal pace as we meet in downward facing dog. Good. Take 1 full deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale, step it on through. Inhale here, spin those right toes down, bend the knee, rise on up. We're in warrior one on the left side again. One full breath here. Good. Inhale. And now exhale, let's open up warrior two. So if your hips are wide, you'll wiggle yourself back to the heel arch alignment. Arms come out to a T. Knee is still bent at 90-degree angle. And we're looking over towards our front fingertips. Those would be the left ones. Shoulders are parallel with the floor. And shoulders are also pulled away from the ears. Holding here, 3 deep breaths. We've got one more full breath. Beautiful. As you inhale, let's straighten that front leg, bring the hands to the hips. Exhale, spin those right toes to match the left and make the left toes parallel with the front edge of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge and fold, wide-legged forward fold all the way down now. And going either back to the hand placement you just did to take it deeper, or taking a different hand placement and getting a slightly different stretch or something else out of your practice. Wherever you are, 4 more deep breaths here. Weight is in the heels. 1 more full breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale now, release wherever your hands are, bring them to the midline, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands will come to your hips. Inhale, we begin to slowly rise on up. Exhale here. Good, coming to warrior two with the right leg now. Inhale, let's point those right toes towards the top of the mat. Exhale, we keep the left toes where they are. Inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, bend into that right knee now. Heel to arch alignment is where it should be. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Holding here 4 more breaths. Don't lean too far forward or back, try to stay nice and centered. 1 more. Good. As you inhale, we're going to pivot on those left toes, 45 degrees. Send the arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Take your knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take 2 clearing breaths here. Letting it go on those exhales. And we're going back. So inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step it in between the palms. Bending that knee, spinning those left toes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale here, we're going to bring that right elbow down on top of the knee. Left arm sweeps in front of you, extended side ankle. Exhale, hold here. And we're going to stay modified altogether for this round. So keep that arm on top of the knee. We'll go deeper later. You want a nice straight line from your left edge of the foot all the way up through the palms, fingertips pointing. Good. 2 more full deep breaths here. Great job. Inhale, use that left arm. Pull yourself back up, warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, let's straighten that right leg. Arms still out to a T. Exhale, right toes match the left. Hands will come to our hips. And now we're going to take our toes and point them towards the corners of the mat, opening up our hips for goddess pose. So inhale here, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head. And exhale, bend at the knees, sit on down. From here, again, we're working thighs parallel to the floor, but if you're not there, that's fine. Take the bend as deep as you like. Tailbone is tucked, and you're trying to stay nice and up. You don't want to be forward to try and get a deeper bend. Go where you have that nice tall spine. Let's incorporate a little bit of shoulder work now. Take your right arm, place it right in front of your face, bending the elbow at a 90-degree angle for eagle arms. The left arm will sweep underneath the right. Either the back of your hands will touch, or you've wrapped your hands around so your palms touch in front of you. Staying deep in this goddess pose here. The arms like this. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can begin to lift the arms up to the ceiling. And breathe for 3, 2, 1 more breath. Let it go. And release the arms out to a T. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Exhale, let's spin our right toes to be parallel with the back edge of the mat. Bending our right knee as we come into Warrior 2 just for 1 breath. Use the exhale, that breath, for extended side angle on the left side. Left arm down on top of left knee. Right arm swoops down in front and then overhead. Catch up back to your breath. Slow it down if it seems to go faster than your previous count. And hold here. You're doing great. 2 more deep breaths. Last full breath. Perfect. Inhale, use that right arm. Pull yourself back up to Warrior 2. Exhale here. As you inhale, pivot those back toes. Warrior 1, left leg. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right. If chaturangas are getting ridiculous, no need to take them. Hold the plank or just go straight back to downward facing dog using your breath. And your breath will take you back on the exhale. Nice job. Take 2 breaths here. Check in with your alignment as you breathe. Good. And now we inhale, sweep that left leg back on up. Exhale, step it in between the palms. As you inhale, prepare for Warrior 1 and then take it up on that breath. Exhale, open up Warrior 2. Inhale here. And now exhale, extended side angle. Left arm on top of left knee, right arm swoops. And now you have some options as we hold here. You can keep this modified version or slightly increase it by lifting that right arm up like you're holding a ball so your obliques begin to engage. Your other options are dropping that left hand to the inside of the left leg. Arm steps all the way up to the ceiling with the right arm. You can also begin to work towards a bind so the right arm comes behind you. The left arm swoops underneath. You pull that right shoulder open. And those will be your options for today. So choose what is suiting you best now. 3 more full deep breaths wherever you are. Get control of your breath now. Slow it down, bring it back to your count. 1 more. Good. If you're in a deep expression of extended side angle, using your next inhale, we'll come back up to the modified version and stay here for the exhale. Great. Inhale, return to Warrior 2. Exhale, Warrior 1. Inhale here on Warrior 1. Exhale, let's open back up Warrior 2. Inhale, extend the front leg, straightening it on up. Exhale, left toes match right toes, hands come to the hips. Let's take our feet, point them to the corners of our mat again, hands on our hips. We return to goddess pose. Inhale, lift the chest with the crown of the head. Exhale, sit into your goddess. Maybe for these first few breaths, you choose to sway side to side, using your breath. So inhale one way, exhale the other. You may also inhale, rise up out of goddess, and then exhale, sink deeper. You'll take 3 breaths with whatever movement or stillness you choose, and then we'll come back to eagle arms. Good, one more breath. Perfect. Next, inhale, we'll return to a stable goddess, just one breath here. And now eagle arms. So left arm comes in front of you, bend that elbow. Take the right arm, swoop it underneath of you, and back of the hands can touch, or wrap that right arm around the left for palms here. If you'd like to make this deeper, inhale, begin to send the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stay here, 3 breaths. You can do this. One more inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, let's point those right toes towards the top of the mat and bring the left toes parallel. Inhale here, arms out to a T. Exhale, bend into that right knee, warrior 2, right side. Inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle, modified to start, so right arm on top of right knee. Sweep that left arm up and overhead. And now using your breath, mimic the best you can what you did with the left extended side angle. So stay in your modified or make it a little more challenging or go into your fullest expression that you choose today. Wherever you are, 4 more breaths from here. One more full breath. Nice job. Inhale. Let's all return to extended side angle modified. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale. Use that left arm. Pull yourself up. Warrior 2. Exhale here. Inhale. Spin on those left toes. Warrior 1. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Hands down to the mat. Step it back to a high plank. Take a vinyasa if you choose, otherwise downward facing dog together. Nice. And from this downward facing dog, we're just going to take a little bit of a break so you can come down into child's pose briefly. You can get a sip of water. Those holds really make me sweaty. In child's pose, if your breath again feels fast, go ahead and slow it down, bring it back to your count. Just take your time of rest, reconnect with yourself. Maybe you do the opposite of your first child's pose of the day. So now I can go to my favorite variation. And stay here for 3 slow breaths. You know what, I lied. Make it 5. Really take this time to rest. That was a lot. Good. 2 more breaths in child's pose. Should be back closer to the count that you originally started with. Nice even inhales and exhales. On that next inhale, let's return to tabletop pose, bringing the knees together if they're wide. Pressing the palms into the mat. Just checking in here. From here, I'd like you to dip your hips far to the right side as you bring your gaze towards your left foot. Getting this little bit of a glute stretch in. And inhale back to table. And exhale, switch sides. So dip the hips towards the left. Bring the gaze over to look towards your left toes. Or right toes. I mean, you can look towards the left. That's just a really intense twist here. I'm not trying to go that crazy. Good. One more breath. And use your inhale back to table. Let's move to pigeon pose from here. With the right knee, we're just going to slide it forward towards the right wrist. Extend the left leg long. You can start by keeping that right ankle in pretty close at a 45 degrees so you can come pretty far down. If you find that your hips just don't want to be open, you can always take a block and put it underneath that right hip. And if you're really comfy here, you can begin to wiggle that right ankle, working towards a nice 45-degree angle bend, but know that you don't have to go that deep. Your ankle should come out as far as you can while still keeping your hips square to the floor. From here, let's press into our palms, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, take a tiny little back bend. Exhale, neutral spine. Working our spine a little bit more, we're going to roll down and up a couple times before settling into our resting pigeon. So pressing the palms, let's inhale, lift the chest, lift the crown. Exhale, roll yourself down. Inhale, using your breath count, roll yourself up. Use every count that you have. Exhale, roll. Inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, roll yourself down. One more time. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, melt yourself down. Allow your arms to walk out in front of you, maybe extending them all the way down, or maybe resting up on your forearms. It's up to you. We're going to take 10 full deep breaths here in pigeon. Now, I really love pigeon pose, so I don't mind this. If you're not a fan of pigeon, that just means you need to work on it a little more and learn and use your breath to be more comfortable in the discomfort. And we're halfway there. I'm also realizing you might never like pigeon pose, even if you are comforted or comfortable in the discomfort. So you're not crazy if you don't like it. Two more. Last full breath, sigh on your exhale. Good. While keeping your forehead down, even if you're on your forearms, begin to walk your hands back to frame the knee. Press into your palms, and as you inhale, roll yourself back up. Exhale, neutral spine. We're going to come to the left side, but with a funky way of getting there. So if your right ankle is really far out, I want you to bring it all the way back in. And from here, using your left leg, come to the inside of the left knee, and then bring that out to a 90-degree angle. Go a little slow here because your leg just got used to being extended. Now it's bent. So if your thigh just decides to spaz up a little bit like mine, take it back. Does not have to be the full 90, or just massage it until it's just like, oh, this is fine. So if your left leg doesn't want to be at the full 90, that's okay. It can stay slightly less. And then begin to work that right ankle out towards the 90-degree angle. Press into your palms. Maybe lift yourself up and sit back. Maybe now your left knee wants to come to 90, maybe not. It's okay. From here, let's square yourself up towards that right leg. And just hold here with a nice tall spine. Again, if your left knee is feeling really just not about it, or your left hip, you can always place a block here. We're only here for one more breath. Perfect. Now as we inhale, we're going to put our weight in our heels, lift the knees up, come to the center. And exhale, extend both legs out for a wide legged here. We're not folding just yet, but we will. But wiggle out the hips. Maybe take a couple little twists. We spin a lot on our legs, so really touch base here. If something feels tight, you can have a slight bend in the knee as well. So now we fold. So inhale, let's sweep the palms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, down to the floor, and begin to walk yourself forward. Laying all the way out if you can, or staying up on the fingertips. A block can be used to bring the forearms down, but you want to have a nice straight spine, so not over rounding in the shoulders. I am up here today, and that is okay. Try and keep the toes flexed. Reconnecting with your breath for 3 more. Last one. Good. As you inhale, begin to walk yourself back on up. Neutral spine. Exhale. Let's do pigeon on the left side. So bending into the knees, placing the weight in our heels. We're coming back into this weird little squat. And now we're going to let our knees fall over towards the left side. They should be landing pretty close to that 90-90 bend. If not, you can always slightly adjust and tweak it depending on how your body feels. So before full pigeon, we'll just square ourselves up towards that left leg. Chest lifted. One breath here. Nice. Going back to full pigeon, starting with the left leg, bring that all the way in. And now extend that right leg back behind you, rolling onto it. Squaring your hips up, and then wiggling the left ankle out as much as you feel comfortable and keeping those hips square. We'll roll ourselves down a couple of times before settling in. So press into the palms, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And now exhale, roll yourself on down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, use your breath, come down. Roll again. Exhale down. One more time up. One more time down. Staying down now. Walking your hands in front of you to your forearms, or maybe coming all the way down. We have another 10 full deep breaths here. Halfway there. Two more. Sigh out on the last exhale. Even if you're on your forearms, begin to walk those hands back, keeping the head down, planting the hands to frame your knee, and using that inhale to roll yourself back up. Exhale, neutral spine. Good. We're going to come back to a wide-legged fold by using that funky variation. So start by pulling that left ankle in as much as you can. and then coming to the inside of the right knee and very slowly bringing that right knee towards a 90-degree angle bend. That is really tight for me today, so I'm going less than that. Then wiggle that left ankle open again. One breath here, squaring yourself up. Exhale. Inhale, weight goes into the heels, knees come up, weird little squat. And exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, nice tall spine. And now exhale, bring those legs together. Adjusting yourself to sit comfortably here. We will do not a regular forward fold yet. We're going to start with like a tree Jinu Suryasana variation. So let's inhale, hug the right knee towards our chest. Exhale, allow the right knee to fall over towards the right side and the right foot to meet the left thigh. With the right knee, you want it to be as close to the ground as possible. If it's really nice and up, take your block there. But squaring yourself up here and inhale, sweeping. Exhale, hinge and fold towards the left toes. Same as our wide-legged fold, a nice, tall, straight spine. Try your best to not round the shoulders. I mean, I can get to my toes, but I'm compromising this whole pose, so I'm here today. And reconnect with your breath here. Good, 2 more. Last one. Using that inhale, walk yourself on up. Exhale, extend that right leg long. Inhale, hug the left knee towards the chest. Exhale, left knee falls to left side. Left foot meets the right thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, hinge and fold. And taking your time to get here, if you've needed to move prop, that's okay. Just use your own breath and go down when you're ready. We have 4 full deep breaths here. One more. Good. Inhale, walk yourself back up to a neutral spine. Exhale, extend the left leg long. As you inhale, bring your knees wide, close to your chest. Feet come together. And exhale, allow your your knees to fall wide for Baddha Konasana. I almost said Supta, but we're not laying back yet. So just as before, working your knees to get close to the ground. Props are always your friend to assist. We've done a lot with our hips, so really check in, see how you feel. If something feels tight, use a block, or maybe don't take it quite as deep in, make it a little bit more of a diamond shape. So a nice tall spine here. And as you exhale, maybe you fold. Straight spine, or maybe you just sit up nice and tall. Doesn't really matter what you choose today because it's your body and your practice. 3 deep breaths. One more. Beautiful. If you fold it, use that inhale to bring yourself back up nice and slow. Exhale, we all stay here, tall spine. Perfect. We're going to come onto our backs now to a supported fish pose. And you have the option to stay in butterfly as we do this, or easy seat pose with your legs crossed. You can start in butterfly, and as you see how we go back, you can always adjust and change. So for this pose, we're going to start nice tall spine, inhale. And exhale, walk your hands behind you. Fingertips are pointing towards the top of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, begin to come back, planting the weight into your hands and then coming down one forearm at a time. Now might be the time where you feel more comfortable here. So with your forearms planted, we're going to inhale, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, pointing towards the back of the room. Gaze is up at the ceiling here. If you feel comfortable, very slowly, using your next exhale, you can allow the head to hang. 2 deep breaths. Last full breath here. If your head is hanging, use the inhale very slowly, tuck chin to chest. And now exhale, wiggle those elbows wide and begin to lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. If you're in easy seat or Baddha Konasana, you're now in Supta Baddha Konasana. So let's all come there now. So if your legs are crossed, go ahead, uncross them, feet touch, knees are wide. Hands rest on the thighs here. And while you're here, reconnect with your original breath count. If you would like to try another breathing exercise now, we're going to add a retention, which is a pause in the breath. So inhale your count. When you reach that number, hold just for 1. And now exhale your count. Pause your breath for 1. Inhale your count. And pause. Exhale your count. Pause. If the pauses don't feel good, just do your regular inhale count. And exhale count. If the retention is working for you, 3 more times. If it's not working for you, 3 more normal breaths. All together now, let's inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last time with retention. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale here. Take the biggest breath that you can. Belly expands, rib expands, chest lifts. Exhale, chest falls, ribs contract, belly empties. We extend our legs long onto the mat. We bring our arms overhead for a nice full body stretch. Inhale, tightening every muscle group you can. Exhale, releasing. Inhale again, create tension throughout your body. Scrunch up the toes, the fingers, the face. Exhale, release it all. One more time, see where there might be tension left in the body. And as you inhale, send the breath there, send more tension there. Exhale, everything lets go. Allow your feet to open up wide and legs to open up wide, feet to hang, arms fall down to the sides. Eyes flutter. You release your breath. And you settle in here. And while you're here, I want you to bring your awareness to your heart center. And as you breathe normally here, begin to invite in a sensation of warmth, potentially a visualization of light. Feel this warmth or see this light expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Really hold on to this feeling or this visualization here. Notice if it's a particular color or maybe it pulses. Really focusing here now. I want you to hold on to this light as you inhale. Begin to send it up your spine, up through the neck, through the crown of the head, and just outside the top of the head. Exhale here, keeping that visualization or that warmth sensation above your head. As you inhale, I want that sensation, that light, to expand and take in anything that it needs from the universe. And now as you exhale, it travels back through the skull, down the spine, and it pauses at your heart. Inhale, you feel that ball, that energy that you just taken in, expand to fill your chest. Exhale, it contracts back into the ball. Inhale, that feeling, that light expands again. And now exhale, send it down through the spine, towards your hips. Inhale here, allow it to rest in your hips, expand. Exhale, that ball, that warmth contracts. Inhale, allow it to expand, and now separate into two. Exhale, it travels now down through your legs, past the knees, through the shins, and it rests in your feet. Inhale here, that light, that sensation expands in the feet. You're aware of any sensations that exist in your toes, your heel, the top of the feet. Exhale, the ball contracts. The sensation comes in. Inhale, expands again to every inch, every little space of your foot. Exhale, contracts again. As you inhale, send those balls now up through your shins. Exhale, they rest at your knees. Inhale here, that energy expands in the knees. It stays here. Exhale, it contracts. Inhale, that ball of light travels up through the thighs. Exhale, they come together as one in the center of your hips. Inhale, allow it to expand, fill your hips again. Exhale, contract. Inhale, that ball now travels up towards your stomach, the center of who you are. Exhale, allow it to rest here. Keep it small, keep it tight. Inhale, now it expands to fill your stomach. It fills your core. Exhale, it contracts back in. Inhale, that ball of life, that warmth comes back up through the heart. Exhale, allow it to rest at heart center. Inhale, it expands and begins to pull itself apart into two balls again, coming to the shoulders. And exhale, it remains in the shoulders. Inhale, allow it to expand, fill the shoulders, fill the collarbones. Exhale, contracts back to a small dot. Inhale, send that ball of light through the arms, down towards the elbows. Resting here. On that next inhale, allow that ball to expand in your elbows. Exhale, contract. That ball of life, that warmth, now using the inhale, travels down through and towards your wrist, and the rest into your palms. Exhaling here to settle in. And then inhale, allow that warmth, that light to expand through each of the joints in your fingers. Exhale, it contracts back into the palms. Inhale, allow it to expand one more time, filling your hands all the way up. Exhale, contract. Using the next inhale, we're going to send that ball of light all the way up through your arms, past the elbows, through the shoulders, and resting at your throat chakra now. Exhaling here. Now inhale, allow that energy to spread. Exhale back to a tiny ball. That energy now goes back up through the spine, through the skull, and resting at your third eye, the point in between your eyebrows. Inhale, allow that light to spread again. Exhale, contract. Inhale, that light travels up past the skull. Exhale, it rests just outside the top of the head, releasing any excess energy that you don't need. Inhale now, take in whatever else you might need from the universe. Exhale, that light travels through your skull, past the third eye, down your throat, and resting back in center. Inhale, that ball of light expands to fill the chest, that warmth goes over you. Exhale back into the ball. As you inhale now, allow that light, that warmth to spread throughout your entire body. Really fill up, full deep breath. Exhale, it slowly dissipates. You connect back with your breath. One inhale here. Exhale, let it go, sigh it out. On your next inhale, invite some movement into your fingers and into your toes, making slight movements to bring your awareness back into this space. On the next inhale, very slowly hug the knees towards the chest, bringing yourself into a nice tight ball. Then exhale, rolling onto your right side. Using your arms to rest here as a pillow. And just taking this moment, this time, to honor everything you've done in your practice today, all the transformation that has occurred within your mind, within your body, and within your soul. As slowly as you like, you may sit up in a comfortable seated position. Easy seat always feels nice. Lotus is also an option, or half lotus. You can bring your hands to heart center here and flutter the eyes closed. If you'd like to join me in one Om to end the practice, we'll inhale together. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this class. Feel free to get some water and to let me know what you thought about the class. If you so choose, if you have any questions or comments, I'm here to answer questions now, or you can always contact me through here, Facebook, Instagram. I'm here to chat. I want to make sure that you enjoyed your practice, and if things feel tight, I can give you some more tips to loosen out, but you should feel pretty relaxed, I hope, after all of that. But yeah, that was good. I was sweaty. I feel like the classes where I do longer holds are almost more intense than like the ladder flows where we're constantly moving. But yeah. So that is today's class. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I am thinking about Monday morning doing a full moon flow on here because I didn't lose connection. So definitely going to keep the streams on YouTube again for the foreseeable future. So if you're interested in a full moon type of fun flow on Monday, I'll probably do it around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll figure it out tonight and have a post up definitely about it Saturday, if it's happening or not. I really feel like it should happen. I think it would be a fun time to come together. And if you can't make that time, just so you know, my live streams, I always save them to this account and I share it on my other platforms, so you can always check it out later. But yes, thank you all so much for joining today. Again, any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. And if you would like to donate, if you really enjoyed the class, you can do it through PayPal or Cash App. It is my username here, Lexiecoreyoga, Lexiecoreyoga. For PayPal, that's at gmail.com. I use my full email. Cash App, it's just the username. But yes, I am incredibly grateful for those that have joined me live and those that will watch this later. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me, for moving and breathing and connecting with your body. I hope to see you Monday in the full moon live stream. Otherwise, next Friday, same time, another class here. If you have any questions or requests for a particular class, you can also reach out to me about that. I'm open to taking suggestions for what you want to do for these classes. And I also offer private live streams as well. So not really stream, just a private solo class. So message me if you have questions about that, and I'd love to help you build your own personal practice. All right, this went way longer than I anticipated, but you know, it's good. All right, thank you guys again so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.